Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Howdy Show. I want to just start off the morning with the howdy, guys. Piping fresh. This is how I like it. I'm telling you guys, the best way to start the morning is with the hot coffee. I can't lie. Hey, if you're not a coffee guy, hot tea. One or the other. You gotta choose and pick. I mean, it's not hard. It's tea or coffee. But, So today's subject I want to get going on is self-education. I just kind of want to get into the topic of it and see where it goes. So a little bit about self-education that I was thinking about last night is the availability of it and the way people are using it now. So the way I see it, people can be the most self-educated at any time in history. I mean, we that is known. Google is amazing. But how are people efficiently using it for themselves? Are people really self-educating themselves? Are people limiting themselves to self-education? Or are people getting more lazy to not self-educate themselves? Education is not a factor because, generally speaking, people know more about everything than they ever did ever. So let's just get into this a little bit. So the first thing I want to get into about self-education is the libraries. The last time I went to a library was about 3 months ago. I walked in there. It was the old library by my old house. Everything's the same about it. The walls. There's no books. There's no books anymore. Where are the books? I remember when I was a kid, I would go to the library and I swear I was in a jungle of books. Dr. Seuss, we got the dictionaries. No, there's nothing. There's nothing besides computers in the libraries. Okay, yes, they have the mandatory books they need. Yes, they're going to have the famous novels. But man, they are so tiny compared to I remember. You can just go on Google and you don't gotta buy books no more. You can just read them online, and I don't know. I feel like the libraries don't make as much money as they used to, or something. Because I went in there and it was like dead. There were spiders crawling on the ceilings. Hobos have nested in the corners, like wasp. No, I'm kidding, but that was crazy. There was so many. There was rows and rows of computers, and you have to sign up to get a computer and whatnot, get a password. You can use the internet, look up the books. My spot is Barnes and Nobles. They always have the books for dummies, and I need the books for dummies, okay? Because they give me everything, all the questions I ask or I don't know to ask, I think I would ask. The books for dummies series is A1. I recommend that if you want to learn something new. They have a book about for everything. But yeah, Barnes and Nobles is definitely the A+ bookstore that I know about so far. I need to probably check out more libraries, see if the trend is real, see if that's how they all are. But it's crazy to think about how easy it is to educate yourself from the past. Imagine being a caveman and not knowing shit. We were grown up 60s. You can be 60 and you were grown up generally knowing everything there is to know of what you need to know. There was pretty much no questions besides the medical, the universe, but everything that's to us and on the world and what we see, it's all explained. And we take that as granted. We're more knowledgeable. We're more careful. And back then, man, I couldn't even imagine being a Roman at that time and only knowing so little, and thinking about being in a war, and literally thinking about being in a war now, and then before, where you don't know shit about the past. I mean, generally speaking, you would know a little bit about the past, but you wouldn't know as much about the universe, about the body, about the mind as we did now. Like, that sounds true. Like going, I always thought if I went back in the future, I feel like I would be a king because I would just be the smartest person in the world at that time. Like, I really would be. If I went back in time, 2,000 years, I would be the smartest person unless there's some type of, alien out there, extraterrestrial, that's just like working on the pyramids and whatnot, like that we don't know about. But let's just pretend that isn't a thing, okay? And then we think about all the ways we can self-educate ourselves today, which is pretty crazy. Google's a hell of a drug, as they would say, because if you really, really, really find interest in self-education, it's limitless. I don't even think the brain can take in what Google can put out. I think it's crazy that we still don't know everything. And we don't even know what self-education will be like in the future. So imagine being in the future and you just connect your head into the wall and you go, and all of a sudden you know everything, like Kung Fu, like in the Matrix, What if that shit becomes reality? Like Elon Musk was talking about AI consciousness and putting your mind in the consciousness. So if you can just put your mind in the consciousness, you can just put any amount of data in your consciousness too, right? You could just literally stick your fucking penis in the wall and it goes, and then you'll fucking be smart as hell. Like, what the hell? Nah. You gotta. It can't be that easy. I mean, it is pretty easy, but I mean. Okay, so this generation, I can't, like, people that are like 30 and above probably can't relate that well. Maybe a little bit. But school became. It's stupid. Everything is on the computer now. Everything in school is on the computer. You carry a computer around. You don't carry no books. Like, a girl drops her fucking computer and it breaks and shatters. No one's gonna help her pick her up. That shit's $400. that's a liability right there. You don't just walk around with paper and wood in your backpack anymore. It's all electronics. You got a dang bomb on you now. Like, put some water, some coffee, and the next thing you know, you got a school fire. Like, Jesus. I never carried to school. I was one of the only kids. Say we did have like 1,200, 1,400 kids, and just in like my class, like 4,000 in the whole school, my high school, right? This is when the laptops were introduced. So we got like 4,000 kids because there's like 4 grades. 9th grade is with us, so we got 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And everyone has a computer now. Everyone's hooked up. And it's pretty much obligated to have a computer because the teachers be going to things that you need to get on the computer for, and you need a computer. Well, I somehow managed to go through the whole year and pass everything without a computer. And this was my junior year. I don't even want to get started with my senior year. So my junior year is when they like straight up everyone is having one. I think my sophomore year, it was just like they were talking about it. And then I never got a laptop. I didn't want to carry that thing around. I didn't want to. No. I somehow passed, did my work. I somehow talked to the teachers. I'm a really polite guy. And they have like a little paper copy. I'm the only one using the paper, or I have to use the computer they have in the classroom or something. Like, I did not want to carry the laptops, and everyone. It seems to me. You see kids walking outside. Everyone has a laptop there. Like, they have a little satchel around their chest, and they're just doing this and walking. Like why have a laptop when we can just build a computer on our chest hole? Like, why do chest presses when we can just have a computer on our chest? Beep boop beep beep. That would be pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, in the future, I don't even know what education is going to be like in the future, or how easy, or if everyone will even be going to school as much as they do now. If school will be as popular. I really don't know if school is going to be popular 1,000 years from now. I mean, 1,000 years from now it wasn't as popular, Education can take a major shift or it can stay steady, I guess the way the education system works. They want the kids in school. They want them not going out and doing crazy things. But they're stuck learning specific things that they're taught to be told, and you don't really get the free mind to really learn what you want to learn. And this is kind of going back in the topic of self-education, because self-education is so much better than school can ever give you, because they're limited to what they give you, and not the mind is infinite as the universe. We still don't know everything. That means the brain can still hold in more information. The brain is so powerful. It's like I wish I was like in that movie where they unlock 100% of the brain and they become one with the universe, like on some crazy shit, just for a day. Let me have some fun. But man, self-education today. I don't know if this sounds logical, but I think it does. So I'm gonna say it. If every kid in school today got out of school and took the amount of time they were in school, the amount of hours they would have been learning something. So they say school's 7 hours. You were only learning like 3 hours of it. We're like walking through classes the other hours. We're going to lunch, or PE elective. So let's just say 3 hours a day of pure learning and education. And you take that and you give it to every kid, and you just put it straight on Google, and you say you just look at something else. First you're going to aerospace engineering, then you're going to chemical. You're doing stuff for the future now. You're not going to be a worker because school. No, this is another topic I was going to get into this. School wants you to be a worker. School wants you to be educated, of course. They want you to know the things that should be known, like, science and history, like the major things, the American history. Important things that maybe your parents wouldn't tell you about, or maybe they wouldn't know, right? School introduces a lot of things that every individual doesn't have the capability of learning or having someone teach them. So it is good. But if everyone nowadays, I'm like voice changing over here, I'm getting into this topic serious. So everyone, it seems like nowadays, at least in the United States, most of the world has access to Google and that limited knowledge of any question they ask, it gets the answer to, right? And don't even get me started with the dark web and all the things you could probably learn on there. But I don't recommend anyone going through it. I heard it's bad, and maybe there's some things we shouldn't know, and maybe we can, let's keep it to sensible things and things that will help people, not hurt people. And shit, this coffee is really good. I have this can hold maybe 8 cups of coffee. 6 cups, maybe I'm over exaggerating, definitely 4. I got 3 in here. This is my first little cup. I'm just gonna finish this one real quick. Hey, cheers. Everyone drinking a coffee right now, I salute you. You're getting up, you're getting ready, you're getting warm, you're not cold-blooded. We're all hot-blooded. Drink your warm, hot coffee. You like it cold, I'm judging you, but hey, coffee's coffee. Hey, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's kill it. Let's get it. Let's kill it and get it. All right. So, a lot of things about self-education too is failure. You fail. Well, not it's not failure. It's just failure is the key to self-education. To get to ride a bike, you're gonna fall off the bike. I rode a bike, it's gonna happen. You're not gonna never fall off a bike. You're gonna fall off the bike, and you're gonna have a decision whether you're gonna get on that bike and have fun with everyone else, or you're gonna be sad because you don't want to get hurt anymore. And the greatest thing in life sometimes is getting hurt. The feeling of being alive is so great. Just imagine feeling numb and not having a sense of touch. That would suck. Or imagine if you could just beat up everyone because you couldn't feel anything and you had a super advantage. No, you gotta feel alive, and pain. Just knowing failure is pain mentally. because we can't do something and it stresses us. But that stress can turn to so much relief when we are able to do something. And self-education is a big part of that, because maybe we don't get math so easily. Maybe numbers don't come so easy. Maybe we're dyslexic and like writing essays is hard, and like English and doing all this complicated paragraphs and poems or rhythm. I don't know if I had a little glitch out right here. It's, maybe the power or something, but we're still rolling. We're still good, and no big deal. So yeah, you can't stop self-educating yourself. You can't stop because of failure. I've had a lot of failures in my life, and the best type of failure is when we fall down and we laugh about it. Because if we make failure fun, are we really failing? If we make failure fun, are we really failing? If we feel pain and we love it, is it still pain? Is it? Is it still pain? If we like the pain, if we like getting up, if we like falling down, we like trying, we like trial and error. Not being able to do something because you know you'll be able to do it. And the feeling of being able to do it is the most gratification you'll ever have, because you were the one who pushed yourself. You were the coach. It's not your dad yelling at you and you finally proved to your dad to make your dad happy. No, you're making yourself happy. And that's the best happiness you can give, is to yourself. And don't get me wrong, giving happiness to others is great. But that feeling you get inside, and it's a good feeling. It's like doing weights, and like say you're a skinny guy or a big guy, and you're trying to get that weight, right? You're trying to push. You got that barrier, right? You gotta save someone, man. You gotta. I gotta save everyone, right? And you get to that point, man. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling to be able to help people. It's a great feeling to reach your goals. It's a great to make yourself stronger and smarter. Self-education is so important. We got to take action. We got to take action in our self-education. We can do it every day, every now and then, but we always got to be self-educating ourselves and stay away from too much distraction. Games are a distraction. TV is a distraction. The phone is a distraction. It could be your friend too. The phone is amazing. I'm not going to hate on the phone. We can live without it, right? But we can limit ourselves from it, I'm telling you. And this YouTube channel, it could be a distraction. It could be taking your time away from self-education, but maybe you didn't know about it, and this channel is going to get you there. The morning Howdy is going to get you in the morning. Maybe in the mornings you're not ready. You're not woke up yet. That's why we're drinking a coffee. We're getting woke. We're getting started. We're getting ready. We're like a little fire that we keep putting wood in, but it's just our thoughts. We're putting our thoughts in that fire that we have inside of us, man. And we're getting those thoughts ready for the big finale. You know what I'm saying? We're getting that finale going. And best way to self-educate ourselves is with best way to self-educate us is with human interactions. I swear, if we lived our lives like Pokemon, and we went to go fucking catch them all, excuse my language, we went to go catch them all, there's nothing that can stop us from catching them all. We can go out there and do whatever we want. And life is like Pokemon. We go and talk to the person we need to talk to. We find out who has the answer to our question, and then we go from there. We go to the next step. The human interactions. We need to talk to our dad, and then our dad tells us we need to go to our mom. We're going through life, and we're finding the tubes that lead us not to the dead end, but to the next tube, until we get to the cheese, man. Don't squeeze the cheese, man. Don't squeeze the cheese, but get the cheese, man. The cheese is important. I was born in 1996, in the year of the rat. The year of the rat. I didn't know how to take it. But apparently it was the first one to get across to the river. Across the rapid river. The first one. How did he do it? He had help from others. He didn't do it himself. No. The rat couldn't do it himself. I don't think I can do things myself. I could go down that path, but is it the best path? Probably not. Is it a path? Oh, going and doing things yourself, it is a path, and it can be a good one. Finding yourself, man, and going on your personal journey, you don't need anyone. Live life the way you want to live life, man. Your parents, not even your parents, they want the best for you, but they just can't live the life you want to live. They're going to give you the best guidance, but you got to take the best of what they give. Don't take the bad. The bad is going to be there. They call it tough love for a reason, man. You got to... Love can make you tough as hell. It can make you strong. Alright? It can make you really strong. More than you think. But with strength, it can bring weakness. It can make you crumble. I've experienced both types of loves. Alright? I know it. The fire and the ice cubes. The Antarctica coldness that we all fear. That we all hide ourselves in the covers. Because, you know, Mary Lou broke our hearts. But hey, that's education. That's self-education. You're learning. You're learning through interactions. You get to know the goods and the bads of women, alright? And the goods and bads of men. Now, I'm not saying every man's perfect. I'm not saying every woman's perfect. But are we all perfect? Can we even call ourselves perfect? We're all learning. We're all experimenting. We have one life. YOLO, as they called it. And, but just be the best person you can be. And do it because it's right. And not because, you know, you had too much coffee and now you're all over the place. So, moderation with your moderation with your howdy. Alright? Moderation. But howdy. Life is like Pokemon, man. Don't be afraid to talk to strangers. Strangers might have the key, and to some religions and some talk, hey, that guy could be the guy, the hobo down the street could be God, man, watching you. It could be Santa Claus. It could be a good omen, man. That person you see and you talk to and just say you just hello and bye. That person can see you and you're hanging off a cliff. Just for some reason, he's like, oh, I remembered you, and he just had that extra confidence to help you. He wasn't a bystander. He was like, I know that man. I'm gonna help that man. You know, you could say hi to everybody. You know how many people... This is important about self-education, is to educate yourself with human interaction. We're keeping ourselves away from it. Before, this is the past. The past I feel like probably had the best. Everyone had to work together more to survive and live happy. Everyone had to play a part. Now, everyone is still playing a part. But it's not as big. There's so many people nowadays. They have so many people for doing so many different types of things. You're stuck. Everyone wants you to just be the best at one thing. I've always been the type of person that I want to be good at everything. I'm not going to say I am. I've always felt like it was weird to me that I'm not best at one thing, and I've always just been decent at everything. I can do everything. I can ride a bike. I can rollerblade. I can skate. I can write poems. I can write. I can fucking... excuse my language again, brush my hair and do my hair, do it nice. I could be a hairstylist, I could be a chiropractor, massages, crack the backs. You know, I could be a doctor. I know my knowledge on that. You know, Google's so good. I can learn anything. I could, you know, climb a mountain. I could try to do a backflip. I could be a diver. I could be a runner. I never felt like there was any limitations. We don't really have that many limitations. I know there's some people that do, but those people out there that say they're tired, man, drink a coffee, man. Drink a coffee and stop being so tired, and let's get something done and let's do something, because there's so much for us to do. And just because we can't do something perfectly doesn't mean there's 100 things out there that we can do really good. And you know, there's a lot of fun things when you don't limit yourself to one thing as well. You get to experience a lot of things. It's like, you only talk to your family, right? That's this is another reason that got me to start this channel, is to be able to talk to more people in my small group that I live in a big city in Houston. There's a lot of people around, but I only find myself talking to a few people, and I'm changing that. I'm changing because I want to be able to educate others, inspire others the way I've been trying to do for myself. And the only way to do that is for me to do what I say. That my mind, the bubbles that my mind create, the electrons that gets started, the static, I follow what my body wants me to do. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm not saying things and doing another. I'm doing what I say, and that's what I'm going to be doing. Alright? It's just how it is now. We're all out here doing it now. No more lazy. It's 2020. We got that perfect vision. We got that vision, you know, that 2020. So come on, guys. This year we're going to kill it. This year we're going to kill it. This is our year, guys. Our year. Not just mine. Not just mine. It's our year. We all saw them fireworks. If we didn't see them, we heard them. We heard them. They were loud. And people were shooting guns in the air. I thought we were self-educated enough to not shoot guns in the air. It doesn't matter what year it is. It's probably worse than an arrow. You don't shoot a bow and arrow in the air. No one's shooting bow and arrows in the air during the New Year's. No one does it because they think it's dangerous. But people are shooting bullets in the air. Bah, bah, bah. And it's the New Year's, and the bullets are coming down into people's houses, man. Well, come on, man. We're self-educated. Buy the fireworks. Don't shoot your guns. Come on, dude. July 4th is gonna be 2 months around. Don't shoot your guns. Shoot them. If you're going to shoot them, if you're really going to shoot them at the ground. Why? They come down. Earth, even if you think Earth is flat, even if you think it's flat, okay? To the flat Earth people, the bullets are still coming down. They're raining fire. Okay? This is like the Persian army, man. With these guns, shooting them in the air. I've been shot by a firework in the back, and that was painful, right? There's some fireworks that go in the air. They're like little metal ones. I swear, they go. They come back down. There's some fireworks that come back down. I'm not joking. Those little fireworks, they're like little rockets. When the firework that hit me one time when I was a kid, that shit hit me like straight, like I got hit by like a baseball. I used to play baseball, so that's what it felt like to me. I got hit by a baseball, like a Nolan Ryan pitch. I don't know how fast that firework. It hurt, but it hit me in the spot in the back, like a muscular part. So it didn't hurt that bad. If it hit me like on a bony part, man, I probably would have been crying. But it hit me on some muscle, you know. At that time, I was a little old enough to not cry all the time. I was still finding myself crying, but you know, you cry, and then you ask yourself, why am I crying? You're educating yourself to your emotions, your feelings. Educate yourself on how you feel and why you feel that way. Think about yourself. Think about how you feel now. The way I feel now is I started talking and I feel good. I feel like I'm talking to everyone. I feel like some people are going to hear me. Some people are going to cut off my video. They haven't got this far in the video. It's all good. I got my coffee. I got my little plant. I actually have a garden. Hey, everyone needs to get a little garden, man. A garden is like a little you, man. You grow your garden, you grow on the inside. Your roots. We all have roots on the outside. We have them on the inside. Grow some plants, man. And the people who are smoking, you better be growing some trees, man. You smoking the trees, you plant the trees. You smoke the trees, you plant the trees. Man, legal trees. If you're in a place that's not illegal, don't you be planting no trees that you shouldn't be planting. Some oak, some aloe vera, some cactuses, you know. Get a little berries too. Okay. I feel like this is a little part of self-education too. I think it plays along the lines, and I'm glad I just thought about this. Why aren't people growing their own gardens in their backyards? I know people don't live in the best areas to grow a garden. People live in apartments, but man, you could get some soil, you can make a little area, you can grow plants, you can grow, like, the things that we take away from the earth is everything we should be putting back. When we build houses, when we take away these trees, we should be building more trees in another place where there aren't houses. This is just how we are just moving the earth. We are not destroying it. We have to make it where we are only living in it. We're only moving in it. We're just here for the stay, here for the 100 years. And Earth, you're gonna live longer than us, man. Just let us just slide by this little plane, the plains of Houston. Let it just slide by. I think we should be planning. I think we should be planning berries, food, a self-supply, and that's the thing about self-education. The importance of making something for yourself, making food, making your bed. You're doing something that you're making. You're creating something. And it's not just education. Plant your berries, your trees, whatever you can plant it, man. You can grow yourself food. Who said we aren't that type of organism that doesn't make their own food? We just don't do it from our bodies. But we are still that type. We are such a crazy organism, the human. We can make our own food. Not the way the science describes it, but we can make our own food. So why don't we do it? Not mean buying it from the grocery store. I mean planting it. You buy a fish, make a pond, grow your own fish, man. These are little things that we can do. Have a little chicken coop, man. Have our own eggs. Help out the world by helping yourself. This is along the lines of self-education. I know these are little things that can self-educate you on the purpose of yourself, the world around you, and little things. This is something I've been wanting to do and I have been doing slightly. I got a little pepper growing in the back, man. It's a little pipsqueak. It just needs a little bit more buddies to grow so it can get happy, man. I can't just go outside and play music all the time. It's got to grow some buddies, and that pepper is going to be a big old pepper. And I'm going to bring that pepper, I'm going to show everybody, alright? I'm not going to eat it. It's going to be my best friend. Pepper to pepper. Alright? I think we can self-educate ourselves with the environment. The environment is a living image of us. The Buddhists and a lot of other religions would look at the flower and it would be the most beautiful thing, that they would describe it as being the most livid thing, is just looking at a simple one flower and the majestic of just that one flower. And what it is we need to self-educate ourselves with our surroundings, what we see, to help us have a better... People that don't feel like they belong, everyone belongs. How do we belong? How does a plant feel like it belongs? It does what it's supposed to do, what it feels like it should do. It has a function. The plant has a function. And this plant with a function wants to do what this function is telling it to do. It's mind per se. Its mind is telling it to, take in the carbon and make oxygen. It's telling it to pollinate. It's telling it to do all these things, man. It's telling it to grow berries. It's a plant. A plant is like us. We have legs. I mean, you could say a plant has legs. It has roots. It grows and moves around. A plant is moving, man. You ever seen the wind breeze? And how the grass just kind of... You feel the wind, it just pushes, but then it comes back and then it moves. And it has a little jiggle to it, a little vibrant, a little vibration. It's moving. We're all moving. We really don't stand still. Our blood is moving inside of Even if we're sleeping and we're not moving, we're moving. Plants are moving. They're growing constantly. They grow at a fast rate, faster than us. Plants, you ever plant a tree? That tree is going to grow taller than you. It's always growing. And that's what we need to think. We need to appreciate the environment and educate ourselves with our surroundings and have a better placement of ourselves. And I can go into that a little bit more. So a plant, it needs the sun. We wake up in the morning, we need the sun. Educate ourselves with these facts. We can't live in the dark. We can't hide ourselves in our houses. Just like a plant, it needs the sunlight. It's going to die. I look a little pale. I need a little bit more sun. I'm doing this channel. You know, the first thing after this morning when the sun comes out, I mean, it's a kind of rainy day today. I'm going to be out in the sun. Even if it's cold, I'm going to get some sunlight in. Somehow, some way, I'm going to get some sun. I'm going to do the things that I can self-educate myself with my surroundings, the environment. You know, we need water. We take baths. We need to be clean. We need to drink water. The reason coffee is good is because it's earth with water. It's just a little hot. But it's pretty much the same temperature as our body is. Anything we digest, the stomach has to make our temperature. So why not drink warm? Why not we put in the warm in us that we need? Why do we love the heat when we're cold? And why do we like it when the temperature is not 90? It's because our body's already working. It's already producing heat. That's why our temperature is the way it is. And that's why we self-educate with our things. Why? See, why? Why is the greatest question ever. You ask why, and you become a smart man. You start asking why, what, how. You become a more smarter guy when you ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions because life is made from questions. Do you think, what if the universe was created from a question? What if the universe was created from a question and what if the universe was consciousness and the consciousness finally describes, what am I? And then boom, consciousness created everything. You ever wondered how we are who we are? We are literally chemicals, atoms, electrons, blah, blah, blah. All these things that come from stars. We come from supernovas. We come from all this, and we're collected here on Earth. And we have iron that's only made from supernovas in our hearts. We have something in our hearts that's only made, not on Earth, it's only made from exploding suns. Just think about that concept. How did we become an organism? Something put us together. I'm not going to say I'm a scientist, but this is just a theory. This is my channel. These are the type of conversations that I have. What if consciousness decided, hey, let me create something? Boom! And it's just like, oh yeah, what am I? Am I this? Am I this? No. But what if consciousness wanted to be someone? What if we are the consciousness? The universe is consciousness. That's why the universe was created. The consciousness from it. What if, man? What if our consciousness was just like and sucked in all these atoms and created us, man? We just didn't have the intellectual level. What if consciousness was like a force that just drives through the universe and it just becomes everything? Consciousness just becomes everything. It becomes the animals, but not every brain can handle consciousness. That's why fish are stupid, right? Their brains just can't comprehend the consciousness like we can. That's why dolphins, they have dogs. Certain animals and certain things can handle consciousness. Plants. What if plants they're obviously alive. They're constantly growing, okay? We know what a plant is. We know it's alive. We know a tree is alive. It grows. Anything that grows is growing. It's alive. Facts. Straight facts. We can't deny these things. But we have to think about ourselves. Does it feel? Does it have a consciousness? We wonder if what if consciousness came into plants, but it had no brain to develop the consciousness like we do? These are some self-educating questions, man. What is the consciousness? You know, how can the environment relate to our consciousness, and how can the environment educate us? The environment can educate us Just we got to reflect. We got to look at the environment as a mirror. Instead of looking at ourselves, maybe we just look at a tree and see how it can relate, or another animal, another person. How can we relate to this person? How when we look to the moon, how can we relate to the moon? Why is it there? How can we relate to it? Are we related? How come I see it? You know, the light reflects off it. The moon's looking back at me. Light. That's how light works, man. It goes speed of light. You know, we don't. You only we only see 50% of the light that comes from the sun. We only see 50% of it. That means it's creating something that we can't see, and it's 50%. That comes along with radiation. When we're in the sun, we're getting radiation on us, and those chemical reactions from the sun is the stuff that helps us grow, right? It gives us color, and these chemical reactions on our skin, it's like vitamin D. That's why we need the sun. Because the sun gives out this radiation that makes chemical reactions that happen on our skin. And why do we need the sun? It's because it's a part of us. We need everything that's a part of us. Why do we need berries and plants and water? Because it's all a part of us. We need everything that's us. We need people. Alright? People are a part of us. We need the people. We need to self-educate ourselves on these things. Everything is educational. You just got to put it into the educational way. Like this channel, man. This channel can be educational. Just take in what I'm telling you. In your own way. Take it in your own way. I had a little computer glitch again. I don't know if it affected the video, but it's not too big. Okay. If it is affecting the video, deal with me. Alright. One day, I'm gonna have the best, alright? I'm gonna have the best stuff for y'all. So I can give the best knowledge the best way. I'm like, you know, this funny reverends, you know, the people, the big churches, they have the most best stuff, and they always say, oh, it's just a help for God. Dude's driving in a jet. He's not lying, though. He can't be more right. If he's flying in a jet, how can you hate the man if he's going to church and he's going to all these churches, but he's living in a jet? Is it his contribution of religion that granted him all these right things? It's not a grant. He's not saying he doesn't deserve these things, but is it because he spreads religion? Just somehow, some way? I mean, yeah, you give. Is he taking the money? We don't know. But he is doing a good thing. Anyone who talks about the Bibles, it doesn't matter what religion, think about God. It's 1 O away from being good. 1 O, one circle away from being good. God, 1 circle is good. God is good. The Bible is good. No matter which way you perceive it, it's all gonna be good stuff. It's all put there for us to really read and believe. We're supposed to believe that good things are good. We all know good things are good, but it's put there for generations and generations. Yes, some things are changed along the way. We need to be aware that things have been changed along the way. These are self-educating facts. Everything is changing. We need to know that things have always been changing. The Bible has always been changing, but the good has always been good. God has always been good. I'm not going to say much about religion, but anyone who believes in God, right, it's because they feel it's good. Most people want to be good. They want to be sane. No one wants to hurt anyone, really. Unless for a reason. I don't know about you, but coffee cold makes me want to spew. Maybe it's because I don't add the milks. I drink coffee straight. I'm a straight up guy. And when I used to drink, I would drink whiskey straight. And if I did drink anything else besides whiskey, I would pour it up with Powerade and lemon juice because I needed electrolytes. I knew I would get dehydrated. I knew electrolytes is a hydrating factor, so I was like, how can I still get the effects and still be healthy at the end of it? And this was my scientific experiment. Did it work? I think so. But no matter how much Powerade and electrolytes and good aloe juice you have, the more you drink, the more poison you put in your body. And I'm done with poison. I know what it is. I know what it does. I know what happens from it. And I'm just done with it. I've never had a problem with liquor. I've never had a problem with any drugs. I've never been addicted. I've proved to myself that never been addicted to anything. I proved to myself many times just to make sure it wasn't a fluke. And when I chose to go back into anything I did, it's because I knew it would never affect me. It would never change who I am. It would never change what I do day to day. It was just me doing experimenting, my life, right? My journey. I knew it would never change my journey to the point where I never did anything I wasn't supposed to do. And if I did do something that was frowned upon, I knew I needed my own outlook on it. I knew I needed to see. I know from experience, from my eyes, from the knowledge of others, that if I did something like climb up a wall, we usually want people to see a climb up a wall first to see if it's done, right? I used to be a skateboarder, a biker. I used to go down crazy ramps. Most of the time, I would see other people do it. But when I was with my group of friends, I would be the first one to do it. I would be the one to do it first. And I don't need anyone telling me something's bad. I'll take it. I'll take in the information. I'll take it as knowledge, and then from what I see, I'll decipher if it's bad. Just because someone says it's bad doesn't mean I'll believe it's bad. But I'll remember that their first thought about it was bad. So when I look at something, first I'm gonna think it's bad, just to be careful, just to know, hey, let me see for myself. But I'm gonna keep in mind it's bad, right? Or someone says something's good, hey, I'm gonna believe it's good, but I'm not gonna trust into 100% until I know it's good, right? So self-education, right? We gotta educate ourselves to the point. There is no point. There is no stop. We can always educate ourselves to the limit, to the limit, to the limit. There is no limit to knowledge. There's only more and more to learn. And even if you can't figure something out, man, you got to get back up on the train of knowledge, and so you got to seek more of it. You got to seek yourself being a better, knowledgeable person. You got to see yourself being a genius. You got to not just push yourself physically, but mentally. And mentally is probably more beneficial than physically, because your mind is what moves your body, and your body is what moves you. So if your mind is on 100%, 110, and your body's on 80, you're going to be moving better if someone was on 120% body, steroids, and then with the mind at 50%. Because, anyone that knows technique, it's knowledge, man. It's knowledge. You learn something. Just because you do one thing good, and if you don't know the others, you're at a disadvantage. And that's why we need to stay self-educated, man. With all the things that we see and that we know around us, from all the little things that we ever took in, we need to take in this. And as me being a young person, I know in the future that I'm gonna be a senior one day, and I'm supposed to be the one with higher knowledge. And they're gonna look back and say, "What did you do to have this higher knowledge?" I'm taking the steps now to educate myself so I can educate others. And I'm 23, right? I'm gonna be maybe 32 one day. I'm gonna be 60 one day. I'm gonna be smarter one day. The next day, I'm gonna be smarter, right? I'm gonna be smart, and this is how we need to self-educate ourselves, with confidence, with the desire for purpose. There's so much purpose in self-education. You need to find purpose in it. Find how your self-education will be purposeful for your family, or for a job that's for your family. The more you educate yourself, man, there is no limit to anything. Once you know it's possible, is that not enough? Is that not enough? Yeah, the greatest discoveries in life is from the questions we ask. So let's keep asking ourselves more questions. Let's ask ourselves questions every day. Ask questions we never asked. Let's ask each other, why did we wake up today? Why do I feel this way when I woke up? Why? And questions leads to other questions. And sometimes you might figure out a question that no one's ever figured out, just by asking questions and going to the next person, man. Seek more answers. Seek them. This is the points about self-education, is to seek it. You gotta want it. You gotta want to teach yourself. You can want others to teach you. That's not a bad thing. But at this point in life, we can self-educate. And people who do things themselves have always come out to be the smartest people. It's because they have taken everything that is to know, and they self-educated themselves to the point where they know more than others. How do they do that? It's because they keep asking themselves questions. So why are we limited to the iPhone 10? What is it? What is there something out there is possible that it doesn't have? What can we add to it? How can I make it better? These are little things. Man. Take time to look into detail. Break trends. Break trends, yes. Break your trends. I'll tell you why you need to break your trends. Let me pour up a little coffee. I think I forgot to put on the lid. I think it's getting a little cold now. Let me see. It's alright. Mild. I got like maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes of this coffee. So, hey, cheers again. Coffee. Hey, I'm coffeeed out. I think this is my 3rd cup. So, my little baby cup at least. You like this, guys? I got this for Christmas. I didn't ask for a thing. I didn't get a thing. I got a little money, little dollar bills, you know, the little jokes. I got this, and I got a thing for chess. So in my first introduction video, I said I like to play chess. I didn't really get into that, but I got the little timer thing. I play with my grandpa, so I'm never gonna be able to use it. But I think it's cool. You know, I like chess. I think it's a great game. I think it's one of the best games out there for so many reasons. I'm going to make a video about chess one day. Mark my words. I'm going to make a video about chess. But yeah, that's about it I got for Christmas. And I couldn't be more happy because this thing is going to last me a lifetime. And this is the one thing I needed. I put my coffee in here and it gets hotter. It gets hotter. Hot. It gets so hot. It gets hotter in here. For some reason. I don't know the science. But I put it in here and it's steaming more than when it came out. It's great. Freaking great. Break our trends. Do something we haven't done. I used to wake up in the mornings. I'm saying used to because everything's in the past, right? I'm smart. I used to wake up in the morning, just play some video games until I woke up. I'll go eat, think about what I'm going to do, you know, take a shower, reply to my little messages on my phone. I'll just go back to playing video games. Nothing to do, right? This is a trend. Your body's telling you there's nothing to do. The only other option is to play video games. The only other option for you to do is to play video games. And that is a freaking trend that we all have. Guys and girls nowadays. So there's nothing to do. Let's play a video game. I'm breaking that trend. Straight up. I've already broke it. I can't say I'm breaking it. Because then I'm just belittling myself to something I've already done. I broke the trend to wake up and play video games. Mark my words. No more of that. I'm breaking the trend. You know why? Because video games is so repetitive. You're not learning anything. You can be good at a video game and you can make money off that video game. You can be the best at the video game. You can do it. You can play the video game like some people and do it for cancer and try to do donations and whatnot. But you're not learning anything. You're not helping anyone. You can help people from it. I know a lot of ways you can. But you're not educating yourself. You're doing something repetitive, and you're making your whole time into that repetitive notion where you're not trying anything new. We're limiting ourselves to just going and playing a video game, man. Being inside, not moving. To some people, the strongest muscles are their fingers, man. Their freaking finger biceps are bigger than their biceps on their arms. Don't get me in a chokehold, man. I'm good. I'm sorry I raised on you on the mic, man. I didn't know you were that serious about the game. I don't want to get choked out, okay? Your fingers are massive. Freaking chode fingers, man. You video game players with your chode fingers eating Hot Pockets. I know who you are. I stopped myself from being a chode finger Hot Pocket eater, but you know, I'm not saying it's not fun. It's definitely fun, but we need to break trends. How much fun you can have with one thing? You can say it's your passion to play video game. And you can have so much fun doing it. You don't need to do... But video games are designed to be entertaining. They're designed for people to stay on it. They're designed for you to not win every game. It's challenging. They want you to get better at a game. And any game you can be the best at. You can be better in a game. You can faster hand-eye coordination. Games are not a bad thing. But it's a bad thing when you make them your trend. We need to stay away from trends. We need to be doing new things. We need to be learning new things. We need to be trying new things. So one day, the things we learn, that we did something new, you'll be so surprised on how the things we learn can be applied in the daily lives and how we can help others with the things we learn that we never knew. Because one day, you learn something, and then all of a sudden, the one thing you never thought you would need to know, you got the information, you're helping people, right? You never would have thought. You never thought CPR would be that important. Eating all the Hot Pockets, you got pepperoni and cheese stuck in your esophagus and you need it out. Good thing your friend knew CPR, right? Good thing the one thing he thought he would never need to know is valid. I never took a CPR class, but I dang sure learned how to do it though. So, I literally started thinking about coffee, man. Coffee's great. Coffee's great, but hey, I'm almost on an hour. This is what I wanted to get. I want to get an hour in. I want to spread my mind, spread the things I think about, and hopefully people that get into an hour into this is drinking coffee, doing something. While they're listening to me, that's great. Just as long as you get to hear some of what I have to say, and you're taking it in as something that's not diluting, that's not informational, please. If you don't think I'm informational, you don't think I'm helping, tell me how I could be better. I want to be better. Tell me, someone out there. Help me help you, man. Help me help you. That should be the motto to the morning howdies. Help me help you. I've always liked that phrase. If someone can help me to help them, hey man, I'm all for it. Break trends. There's a lot of trends that we do that we don't know we're doing, and that's taking up a lot of our day. We need to break these trends so we can implement new things, and you'll find yourselves more entertained throughout the day doing new things. You'll probably be up longer in the day. You probably won't want to go to sleep early if you're doing new things. Your mind is going to be so happy. Your mind is going to be like, wow, something new. You ever been tired and something new came and all of a sudden you're awake? I'm going to give you an example. You ever been tired, right? This is a guy thing. And a cute girl starts giving you attention. Bro, I don't know who you are. You're not gonna be tired anymore. Something new in your life is happening and you're wired, you're awake. I promise you, to these guys, man, to these guys that get no attention, when they get attention from the person they've always wanted to get attention to, they're gonna get wired, they're gonna be awake, something's gonna click, and that's why we need to try new things, because when we implement new things in our life, the things on our brains start to click. We start thinking, we start moving, we get energized, and that's important. It's important to have these feelings and emotions, and we need to self-educate ourselves on how we feel, how we think, the questions we ask, the reasons why we do things, and yeah, these I would say. For an hour's worth of video, I got a good point across, more than I thought I would. I actually put in some little notes. I didn't even write a page. I just got into my mind when I was talking. I got into my mind what I would say to someone else. I imagined I had an audience of 1 million. Now I'm just talking and everyone's just listening. Just for once, someone's listening. And maybe these are things people you've heard before. I'm not saying you shouldn't take, if you're watching this and you've gotten this far and you're watching other videos, right, and you're taking this knowledge in and you're just like, already heard that before, man, just fast forward a little bit. See if I have something else to say, something you can relate to. Comment on some. If you're thinking about something that I've said, comment just as if I was talking to you and you have a reply. Reply to me. Reply to what I've said. Tell me what you think. Tell me your beliefs. I'm going to try to get to every comment. I've just started this channel. I promise you, if you comment, I'm going to reply. Like, anyone who has watched this far, oh my God, I salute you. Hey, guys, give me a thumbs up if you like it, a thumbs down if you don't. But if you're going to put a thumbs down, tell me why. Don't be someone who hits someone in the back and runs away, man. Hit me in the back and tell me how I was defenseless, man. Tell me how I was slacking. Tell me how I can defend myself better by giving out more information. Don't let me be slacking. I swear, if you were my friend and I want the best in you and I see you slacking, I'm going to tell you straight up, because that's what a friend does. I'm a chill person. I'm a friendly guy. I'm a happy guy. But I'm not gonna let you fall down that rabbit hole. I can't stop you from falling down that rabbit hole. I can't stop people from doing what they want to do. I don't have. Those are my limitations, man. We don't have limitations, man. But there's some when you deal with someone else, another consciousness. There are limitations. I've tried to get people out of the rabbit hole. Tried to not let people dig a hole, and if they're in that hole, a way to get out, man. I'm gonna drop a ladder, and it's your choice to take the first step on that ladder to get out. You know, I've lost friends, I've lost family. You know, I wish I could have been more intellectual when I was younger. I mean, I wish I could have done a lot of things that I wouldn't have been able to do now, physically, emotionally, mentally, statistically. All that. Subscribe. I'll be posting a video every day for a year straight. I'm challenging myself to wake up in the morning, spread my mind, spread my knowledge, try to help others, and get the day started the right way. I woke up around 6 this morning. I thought I was going to wake up at 5, but I was like, hey, I woke up 5 yesterday because I had to set up so I could be at this time that I said I was. And I thought to myself, maybe this is my mind playing a trick on me. Oh, I need a little time to sleep. So I was like, I'm going to get at the time we're supposed to be here. And I did. That's what I was going to do, and that's what I said I was going to do. The time I woke up, it was kind of like it was optional. But with the time I was going to be here, when the sun rises, on my phone it said 7:20. So I said I'm going to be here definitely before 7:20. By 7, I'm going to get something started. I'm going to get the video running. I'm going to make sure my setup's good. You know, I'm going to make sure I'm not looking bummish. And I'm gonna get started. Yeah, the video's not coming out at the time I'm recording it. I'm recording it the day, and I'm sending it in through the day. I'm not trying to edit too much. I'm just trying to go off the top. I'm not trying to persuade anyone. This is just a run through of what a real talking to me would be like. You know, hearing me out. You know, the way I talk is the way I talk. I'm not fronting nothing. You know, but an hour in talking about self-education, it's important. Man, that vision. Put self-education on the list. Put vision at self-education. When you think in your mind about yourself, imagine yourself small. Don't think of yourself so big. Think of yourself small and fill in the empty bubble. Imagine you're small in a big bubble, and just try to put things in that bubble like you would in art class. And you have a whiteboard, like this is what they do, and you have to draw a bunch of pictures as much as you can with the Sharpie. And the whiteboard, you fill it up. That's what you should be doing with your mind and your consciousness. You need to make your mind as big as you can, like my hair right now. Look, like a little afro. You know, you need to make your mind big and try to fill it up with new things. Don't let it be so small, and it won't explode. I promise. It's only gonna expand like space. Space is ever expanding. Your mind is only ever expanding to limitations of the human body, man. If you're 30, 40, even early 50s, or if you're young, you're learning. You still have the capabilities of learning and bettering yourself. I know people, some ages, they get too old or too young to be concentrated on one thing because their parents, I want parents. If you're a parent watching this channel, I want parents to bring forth more self-education. I do. In themselves, and encourage people to do the same, and not just spread your beliefs on everyone. Give the motivation to help people find their own way, their own education, their own thoughts. Guide them. Be able to guide people. You don't gotta be a stop sign. You can be a yield. You can be like, hey man, what's up? Hey, it's a little dangerous on this way. Don't be a stop sign, man. Don't stop people. Don't stop. Alright guys, well, this has been the Morning Howdy Show. To everyone drinking your coffee again, howdy, howdy, howdy. I'll be here tomorrow morning. And until next time, howdy partner.